You know what's coming. You know. You clearly know what's coming. Whoosh. There it is. There it is. Yeah, you already know what I'm playing. Probably saw the last video, I hope. It was a nice read, I must say. So, but I mean, you have it. The other video is not a must-be, so we'll explain a little bit more here again. Yes, it's okay. Yeah, sorry about the loading. I don't have. Wait, there. FTL presents. Come on, what are you presenting? Dungeon Master. Yes. Hello everybody and welcome to Let's Play Dungeon Master. It is, like I said, the dungeon crawler that defined all dungeon crawlers. Probably more than those that came before it and those that came after it. It introduced some things like, well, it was more into puzzle focusing. It also introduced manipulating immediately everything what's here. Like, if I click on this, yeah, I enter. That was something that happened here, and also had some other nice things like the spellcasting system and the leveling system. I don't say Dungeon Master invented the leveling system, where you, for example, fight with melee weapons to get better as a fighter, but I don't know which game did it before, so I dare to say this was the first. Hello, let me enter. It came out in 1987 for different systems, like the Atari ST, the Apple II. At one point it came out for the SNES, and naturally, like you see here, the Amiga. And, oh look, a face. I nearly forgot about it. It must be some sort of dragon or snake here with fangs, here with nostrils, and all the other good stuff. This part will be just me searching for my champions, and, well, as you can see, I will navigate it with the keyboard, with a numpad to be more precise. Okay, we heard about the tragic story of the Hall of Champions. Now it makes much more sense to me, because I was wondering why someone would do something like that. And if I think about the Triumph's music that plays in the SNES version, yeah, it was kinda ironic. So, I will try to show off all of the champions. I cannot explain everyone here, and just that you know, it's my first time playing through this game. So, let's see. First we have this guy. Yaido Ruieto Shiburi. He is a apprentice fighter and novice priest, which is interesting, which means you could kind of say, well, he's a fighter, he's a priest, so he's some sort of paladin. And how many times do you have a non-European paladin? Not very often, so that's kind of cool. You can either resurrect them, your champions, which means they keep all the levels, or you reincarnate them, meaning they get a new name and lose all of the levels, but it means you have an easier time to level up and make them stronger and things like that. I will go for reincarnating. But first, let's show off all the heroes, all the champions, who have fallen trying to defeat the evil that lures in here. The next one is Zed, Duke of Banville, who, you know, is your all-rounder. There isn't really anything remarkable to say about him. You could say you can't do anything wrong with him, but also not everything right. I think his biggest boon is his equipment. Well, and his stats, maybe. There we have Elijah, line of Yaitopia. He has pretty good mana, and he is a novice fighter apprentice priest. So he's another paladin, you could say, just looking as a mage. But I would say he's probably better in the back row, although his health is not too shabby, I guess. Then we have, Sira, Child of Nature. She was one of the 4 heroes. Firon, our character, who we are, the apprentice of the Grey Lord. So, and she's supposed to look like his like his lover, Vela. I forget that was the name. Novice priest, apprentice ninja, but not much else. Oh, she doesn't have lots of mana. And here's one of her companions, Hulk the Barbarian, strong as an ox, good for hitting stuff, but not much else. I think he's one of the most used guys when someone wants someone who can fight. I will spoil and say no, I will not use him. I mean, I like barbarians and things like that, but nah, I will try something else. Well, not something super different. Oh yeah, and on this plate you can only step when you have 4 heroes. So I don't think you can begin the game with less than 4. Here we have Daru, apprentice fighter, neophyte wizard. So he has even more life points than Hulk, but not much else. That would be an interesting choice, I guess. It looks like a deranged cousin of one of the Sesame Street monsters. Here we have Wu-Tse, Son of Heaven. I know she's supposed to be some sort of ruler, or named after some sort of female Chinese ruler, but since they don't, and Son of Heaven was some sort of title, I guess. But since they didn't had anything that said Daughter of Heaven, she was called Son of Heaven, even though she was a woman. And we have Tiki Tamal, very good mana. Novice Ninja, apprentice wizard. She is actually a good candidate if you need a good wizard. Lots of spell points. I already looked after. Here we have Life, the Valiant. We can imagine who he is based off. And again, apprentice priest, apprentice fighter, novice priest. Bleh. Yeah, if you want a Viking, take this guy. We have Azizi Johari. She's already shield and 2 knives. Novice fighter, apprentice ninja. I guess her starting equipment is good that if you see a monster from afar, that you first pelt it with her knives before going to melee, which is a nice tactic. Was I here? Yeah. And here we have our dwarf, Stam Bladecaster, journeyman fighter. Not as many points as Hulk, but he has a better starting weapon. And who do we have here? Woof the Beaker. Probably also some sort of ninja, mage, or priest. Priest and ninja, yes. By the way, the bottles, very important for healing spells, because you don't really make healing spells. You don't really cast healing spells. You actually, with a priest, create potions. So if you want to, for example, you don't heal, you just prepare healing potions, for example, or stamina potions. You have Morphus the healer, journeyman priest. It's good that he starts with so much food, but I do not like his low mana. Ayla Shadowseek. Okay, she's, I think, some sort of dwarf woman. Journeyman ninja. I'm not so sure about the stats, but alone because of the starting equipment, I would not choose her. And yeah, Sonia She-Devil. We all know who she's based off. Who else is here? I hope I... Yeah, when we have our Legolas, Linflas, Apprentice Fighter, Novice Wizard. I'm a little bit confused about the fighter type, because as far as I know, fighter gain levels by using melee weapons, but here's a bow. Maybe bows count for fighters and not ninjas. I don't know. So if you need a typical elf, we have him. I think I would prefer him over the other elf. Gando Tuafoot. Also nice mana. Ninja Wizard. Yeah, he's pretty decent, I guess. He has also 2 darts, so yeah, he can really help in the back row from the beginning. Who are you? No, I was already here. Oh yeah, that's one of the other guys we had in the backstory. Alexander. So what's the thief? Apprentice Ninja, Novice Wizard. Yeah, they don't really have thieves, they have ninjas instead. Because you don't really do much thievery or lockpicking. I think this must be Navi. Yes, that's Navi the Prophet. He was the guy who died first in the last story. There's the staff. Again, his mana isn't really worth anything. I mean, he has maybe some skill, but that was it. I'm really beginning to think the only competent guy was Hulk, even if it was just the guy who hits everything. This must be our last 2 heroes. We have Hista, Lisa of Makan, another good fighter. I guess his ninja levels come because he fights with his fists. Because using fighting melee combat without any weapons gives you ninja levels. And last but not least, we have Mr. Evil Wizard, it's himself, Gothmog. I mean, he looks very stylish, and I kinda wish I would have told his story of him and his evil gang who tried to destroy Chaos, or Lord Chaos. Anyway, let's put together our party. I already have my idea. First of all, I want to have her, Sonia She-Devil, but we will call her differently. She will be Amelia, because it's a nice name, and her title will be Flame of War. Okay. Now, since we have finally a character, now the game more or less begins. Now we can ram our head against this wall, and we could actually die from this, but I will not do it. It would be silly. Now, first I need to complete our front row. I'm thinking about either Stam or that other guy, that samurai. Where is he? Yes, in how many games do we actually have a samurai? Although I do want to have a dwarf, to be honest. Sorry. Although, how much HP do you have, dude? 48. Nah, sorry. I need someone more tanky. And Stam also at least has a proper weapon. I mean, the katana is also pretty good, I guess, but... Okay, and you will be... for you, I don't have an epic name, I have Olaf? Spring water. That's his clan's the name of his dwarven clan, Spring Water. Yes, Olaf got reincarnated. Let's see. I could use her for back row, but that would be a waste, and she also doesn't have much mana, so I want to have someone who has some decent amount of mana. Not you. Actually, either her. I mean, she starts off as Shuriken, so that could be a big plus. But she has a lot of mana, but also has I take her because of the shurikens, and I can teach her priestly spells later. I just hope I find some bottles. So I shall reincarnate you, and you shall be... Yes, just in case I really looked up famous female Chinese warriors, and one name that stood out was Liang. After, I hope I spelled out right, Liang Hongyu, who was the daughter of a general, but then was sold into slavery because he lost a battle or something like that. But later she could free herself and became, among her husband, pretty famous after defending her country, if I remember correctly. So, because of that, I call her the Great Protector. Yes, the Great Liang, the Great Protector. Yes, this fits. Okay. Last. Oh, by the way, here's the formation of our heroes. I put the red one, like everyone else, here because I just think it makes more sense. The last one. I don't know who the last one shall be. I'm thinking about reincarnating Alexander as Pharaon of Vibor, the character we are supposed to play, you know, who's actually controlling everyone. And the in-story reason would be that Pharaon feels guilty that he can only hover around like a ghost and not really actively help out. So he takes the body that is similar to his, and I don't know, I think this is what Pharaon could look like, and helps out more actively. I hope it makes sense. So, although his stats aren't so good, so yeah, why not? Let's do a little bit of role playing. I don't know how much I will do of it. I will mostly just play through it, but why not? Can I call him Pharaon, hopefully? Of I think the name of his town was Vibor. Yes. Can you do something with some sling? He needs ammo. Shit. I hope this one wasn't a mistake. I think in this direction? No. Yes. Now, let's go. First of all, yeah, here, interacting with objects and from their own. That is what, as far as I know, this game invented. Oh, I will click left on his name, so that he is the leader. And first of all, you will carry everything because you are a muscle. Along with Olaf, naturally, but I will do inventory management another time. One back. Invoke Fool for Magic Torch. Yes. Here's how this magic system works. You click on the character, and the first symbols is the power. Let's say this, and those are the elements. I think these are further things. I have to look it up again because I will say it outright. I will do a look up a spell list so I can use my mages to their full potential. Theo needs more practice for this spell. Shit. Maybe it was a mistake. New lives for old bones. Yeah. If one of your guys dies, you have to carry their corpse, or better said, their skeleton here, put it there, and then they reincarnate. The Altar of Rebirth. Yes. So, let's pick this up. We need as much food as we can have. Food for you. More food for you. And here again, food. Because food is good. Okay, I think that was everything here. And wait, we also need this, a torch. I will try to light up everything with magic. I also want to train Firon up as much as I can. He should at least be wizard or wizard and ninja. Okay, but before I go down here, I will say thank you for watching, because this was the first part. And I don't know how long or short it was, but the next time will be the normal time of around 25 minutes. So, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you became curious about how I continue this game. And goodbye, and have a nice day. See you next time.